Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to dive into the Hastings Saturday briefing for January 24th. We're going to cover everything you need to know, how to plan your day, stay safe in this cold, and stay plugged into the community. So let's get right to it. Okay, so the main thing you need to know today, it is cold in Hastings. Really cold. And that one simple fact is kind of shaping everything else, from when businesses are open to just running your weekend errands. The real question is, how do you get through the day without getting stuck out in it?
All right, first up, a cold day in Hastings. We're going to look at how you can plan your days so you don't end up making a totally wasted trip out in this weather.
So if you're heading to Hockey Day, Minnesota, listen up. Gates open at 9 a.m. with that first game starting at 9:30. Knowing these times is absolutely key if you want to avoid just standing around in the freezing cold. And hey, there's going to be live music all day, which should definitely help keep the energy hot. And hey, if you're thinking of going last minute and maybe want that VIP experience, you are in luck. United Heroes League just confirmed they've got VIP tickets available right at the door. They're $200, and the good news is they take both cash and card, so it's super easy. Okay, this is a big one that could save you a totally wasted trip. Because of the cold, Creme de la Creme has changed their hours. They aren't opening their doors until 2 p.m. today. And if you're thinking about ordering in, Sweet Ivy Delivers doesn't start until 4 p.m. This is exactly the kind of local info that can make or break your weekend plans, right? Now, on the flip side, Afton Alps is actually back to their normal schedule. Lifts are running from 9:30 in the morning all the way to 9 o'clock at night. Plus, it's college night starting at 3 p.m. And check out this deal. You can get a night lift ticket for just $39.
Next up, let's talk about staying safe and prepared. With this cold being such a huge factor, these are a few little reminders that could honestly save you a massive headache before you head out. So a couple of local shops, Evolution Auto and Downtown Tire and Auto, are putting out a really smart 3-step reminder. First, check your battery and your tire pressure, because the cold just wreaks havoc on them. Second, and this is a big one, give your car time to warm up. And third, just do a quick walk around and check all your lights. Seriously, these little things are so crucial for driving safer in the winter.
So what does all that really add up to? Well, you could call it winter readiness. It's this whole idea that just a few minutes of checking things now can prevent a huge hassle, like a breakdown or worse later on. It's all about making sure your errands go smoothly, and more importantly, safely. Even when it's this cold and we're all kind of hunkered down, that doesn't mean the community stops connecting. This next part is all about the updates that help neighbors support each other, whether that's by sharing resources or just important moments of remembrance. And there's a line in today's briefing that I think just says it all. A quiet moment of remembrance can be its own kind of community glue. It's such a perfect reminder that just staying informed about what's happening with our neighbors is a really powerful way to keep those community bonds strong. And here are 2 amazing examples of that support in action. TLC of Hastings is sharing a bunch of resources for parents dealing with postpartum depression and anxiety. And at the same time, Bach and Young is offering a virtual support group for mindfulness and grief. It just makes help so accessible right from your own home, which is especially important on a day like today. And of course, being a community means staying informed so we can offer support when it's really needed. So here are a few important obituary updates. There's been a date change for the service for Lois Ann Reynardi, so you'll want to double-check the official notice for that. And remembrances have been shared for both Donetta Lester and Priscilla Ersbammer, giving neighbors a chance to share their condolences. All right, let's pivot from today and look a little further down the road. Here are a couple of important things you're going to want to know about for this coming Tuesday. So 2 big things to get on your calendar for Tuesday the 27th. First, for all the families out there, the Youth Activity and Resource Fair is happening at Hastings High School from 5 to 7 p.m. It's a great way to find local programs. And second, a big heads up for shoppers and donors, Hastings Family Service and Rivertown Treasures are both closing early at 12:30 p.m. so they can celebrate their volunteers. And we're going to wrap up with a fantastic tip for all you local business owners out there. This comes from the Marketing Clerics. They say you should try to post on your Google business profile at least once a week. Share tips, photos, answer FAQs. It really helps you show up in local searches and builds trust. It's such a small thing, but it can have a huge impact. So after all that, it really just leaves us with one final thought. When you think about everything we just talked about, from a store changing its hours to a community support group going virtual, what small piece of local news is going to be the one that actually shapes your weekend? It's just a great reminder of how staying in the loop locally can make all the difference.